Hello everybody. Today what I got here is the Gemmy crawling zombie girl. I got this at Goodwill for $15 yesterday, and they had it on like display with like the other two life sizes there. If you saw my other video, they have like the lunging witch with the screen eyes and then prowling jack, and then this was next to it and it was plugged in, and like all it did was the head turned, the crawling and the wheels and like the hands didn't move, so they only marked it for like $15, which is pretty good honestly. So even as like a static prop or just something that turns its head, it's still pretty like impressive because it's just massive. It's like 5 feet long or something like that. Like it's literally like, and it crawls like, I turn it on, it crawls like all the way to the end, and it's supposed to go back, and it goes, and then it goes back. But it gets stuck sometimes. It doesn't like this floor foam crap. It gets stuck on it when it reverses. So most of the time when I use it, I put like the front of it on that spool of solder so it doesn't crawl at all, and it still just like moves its arms. Yeah, so it didn't work. The crawling didn't work, so I had to fix that. It just needed 2 rubber belts. The gears weren't split, thankfully, and it has like a really annoying way of like how you get in there. So you have to cut a zip tie that goes all the way around, and then you peel all the fabric up, and then there's a big like dome over like the mechanism and stuff. Until I get that off, there's just a bunch of not even screws, they're just staples, so you have to pry a bunch of staples out, and it's like once you pry those staples out, you can't really get them back in unless you have like a staple gun kind of like that, which I don't, so it's just kind of sitting on there. And I couldn't get it off very far. Like I got all the staples from the bottom out, and I try to pull it up, and I only pull it up like so far before I just get caught. But like the rubber belt areas are like exposed, so you could just kind of like push the belt on until you get it, which takes a while. And then on one side there's like one rubber belt for one part, and then the other side there's another rubber belt. And one of them, I think it was on this side, I had to like cut it. I had to cut the like dome over it because I just couldn't get the accessibility I needed to like put it on there, and even then it was like still really bad. And there's a spider web next to where I cut it, and I was like, I don't like spiders. But this came out for Spirit Halloween in 2011 or 10 or something, somewhere around there. There's a skeleton one, like 2 other zombie ones, and this one just has one phrase. It has a button on his hand or a sound and motion activated. The motion sensor is up there. The sound sensor is down there somewhere, I think. It's got a big speaker, but it's not very loud. I mean, you could probably hear it, like even if you're like outside and there's other stuff going on, but it's not super loud. It doesn't have volume control. It can only run it off an adapter for some reason. This is my first like thing that I have that runs off a 9-volt. Besides the like spirit ball with the microphone also does. But that can take batteries. This one can't. I thought this would run off a 6-volt honestly, but it doesn't. It's older. It's kind of weird. Like it doesn't have any way to like hold the little thing on here, and like it has like an adapter, and then it has an adapter to a adapter to make it longer. And at the end of this, it's like a L. It's like L shaped. And okay, I should have turned it the other way, but yeah, you can see they're like Roomba RC car ass wheels. You can't really like rotate them yourself unless the rubber belt's off. And you can see it plugs in there, and then it goes into here. It doesn't really stay under there. And then here's the on and sensor. It does the same thing in both. It's the wheels here, and then it has wheels here. The speaker isn't very loud. There's a weird thing sticking out. I think that's like where the mechanism mounted. And yeah. The sensor seems to work well. It doesn't go off by itself. I wish it had a like an infrared sensor instead of just the light sensor. Since it's a life size. You know, it works, I guess. Usually the life sizes are better light sensors than the tabletop ones do. Also, I'm pretty sure it was used outside because it keeps putting leaves in my room. It has all this like creepy cloth on it, and it has like these that come off where the legs are. And the legs are a little weird because they don't really like, they're heavy, but they don't really get supported by this because they're just kind of like this can go up and down, and then this can go all directions. Like there's joints here. You can kind of pose it however you want. You can pose it like this if you want. It'd probably move better like that. It probably wouldn't get stuck. And it might. I'm pretty sure when it was at Goodwill, it was like face planted like that. Like, so I saw it like that, and I thought it was like Demonica or something. I was like, what the hell is that? Why is it like Demonica but like cursed? But no, it's like it's a crawling zombie. I don't think I've ever seen this before either. Like, I've seen the skeleton one. So yeah, is there anything else I can say about it? It's the button right here. It's kind of like hidden. Yeah, it's not in the best condition. The programming for it is a little weird. Like, it doesn't have any way to like know if it's like actually gone back all the way when it goes forward and back. So it kind of drifts forward every time you activate it. It seems. I think someone like it kind of like got stored like cursed or something. Like it's like the hand's a little. Yeah, hand's like rubber kind of. I wouldn't say it's like rubber. It's more like weird plastic. The feet are made out of that too. The head's like made out of something else. It's like, yeah, I don't know. The programming, it's like it heads turns, but it only turns from one side to the other. But like when it's at the end of the activation, it's looking this way, and when you turn it on, it tries to look this way again, but it's already looking that way. It tries to like look directions it's already looking like several times during the activation, so I don't know. And then when like if you turn it on, it'll look this way, and then when you turn it off, it looks that way. But then when you turn it on, it'll look this way again. So it's like it kind of makes sense, but not really. I don't know why Gemmy has so many problems with trying to make heads turns. Also, you can see mechanism right here. Also, the head kept getting stuck, but then when I took it off and put it back on, then it didn't get stuck anymore. So, yeah, I don't know. It's not the best animatronic ever, but it seems pretty cool. I've watched a bunch of other reviews, and the comments are just like, yeah, I have this, but it doesn't crawl anymore. How do I fix it? And fix it, you put rubber belts in it. Unless the gears are split, then you'll probably have to spend like 2 hours trying to fix it, because the mechanism's literally massive. It's like this massive thing just for the arms to like move. And to get in there to replace the gear is probably like pain and suffering. Also, I'm gonna demo it in just a second, but like after that, I'll show you like a bunch of clips of me fixing it. If you don't want to see that, you don't have to. But here it is. It might get stuck. It crawls pretty far. I might have to push it back. But here it is. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. See, the legs don't really like to cooperate either. I wish they would actually get supported by this, so like you can kind of like have it be on the ground, but it's like kind of floating. Maybe you could pose them so they would do that. I don't know, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I might make another video where I demo it somewhere else in the house. I just have to find somewhere I can plug it in. Everything's freaking here is just taken up by outlets. So, yeah, thanks for watching. I'll show you the clips of me fixing it yesterday now. Bro, I got this at Goodwill today. It's supposed to crawl around. I'm taking this thing apart because it doesn't crawl, and it has like this giant what's it called, like zip tie that goes all around. So I cut that to loosen it. It has all these like, it has like this big pillow thing and like this big part up here. It has a bunch of leaves inside of it, of course. But it has like, to get this like big dome off, I have to literally just trying to like peel like staples off. Like, bro, why is it stapled? Never gonna be able to put this back together. I don't have staples this small. I don't have anything that could put staples in a thing like this. I have a staple gun that I don't think it would be able to go through plastic. I see a rubber belt on that pulley. I think that's why it doesn't work. If you spin it, you can hear all the gears there. It's just like, yeah, you can even see that spinning. Yeah, so it's just the belt. Hopefully that won't be too hard of a fix. I wonder where the belt is. It's just not there. Like normally it's like, there's like black shit everywhere. And it's just not there. Nice weatherproofing. This, it's just like a dome over it. A big board though. Bigger than our Arduino. But look, there's another rubber belt on this side. And this one has all the black shit on it. Nice. Now I need to find 2 rubber belts. Why does it have 2 motors? It should just be 1 motor. Weird. Okay, so I got that belt replaced. A very small wiggle room. I can't lift it off anymore for some reason. But I got the arms to work. Still gotta replace the other rubber belt. I couldn't lift it off, so I cut it. But I got the rubber belt on finally. And yeah, it doesn't freewheel anymore. You go through a bunch of belts to like actually get it on there. I'm using one of the black rubber belts, which usually don't last as long. You can see all the ones down here are already like shaped like ovals. And these ones usually last long, but I think it'll be fine though. Spin mechanism is very small compared to the arm mechanism is massive.